A good late afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Sage, you're watching 𝐊𝐶𝐞 TV live from Sydney. This is the last show of the day, the last trade, and there's no better way to wind down the day than with today's market close commentary. And in today's show we'll take a look at the overall ASX 200's performance of the day, and we'll also explore the gainers and the losers. We'll look at the details of the companies that were in the news today, like 𝐊𝐴𝐿𝐼, Woolworths, Weebit Nano, Gold Road Resources, 𝐵 Healthcare and Son Resources as well. I'll also share the trending updates from the Asian markets in the last segment, along with a special report on cryptocurrencies. So let's dive straight in. And the Australian share market ended sharply lower on Thursday, with all the sectors bleeding in the red. The market sentiment was spooked by concerns that the Delta coronavirus variant could derail the global economic recovery. And blue chip miners, industrials and the energy stocks were hammered owing to a fall in the commodity prices. The benchmark index ASX 200 ended lower by 1.90%. And the index opened lower today and declined 2.2% in the intraday trade to hit a low, marking the worst day since late February 2021. In a rare sight, all the 11 sectors ended in negative terrain, while information technology declined the most. And the tech sector crashed 2.9% in line with its US counterpart, Nasdaq Composite, which finished lower in the overnight trade. The tech sector was followed by telecom, which tumbled 2.5%. Financials, industrial, energy, materials and consumer discretionary sectors also witnessed sharp sell-offs, falling over 2%. In the banking space, all big four banks, Westpac, Commonwealth Bank, ANZ Bank and NAB ended in the red. And meanwhile, the materials stocks also witnessed selling pressure due to a fall in the iron ore prices. And the iron ore futures slipped over 4% in the overnight trade amid the subdued Chinese demand as the country imposed a ban on steel production to reduce carbon emissions. The index heavyweights BHP, Rio Tinto and Fortescue Metals finished lower. In a similar trend, the energy stocks also ended lower. And tracking falls in the crude oil prices, the sectoral leaders Woodside Petroleum, Santos Oil Search and Beach Resources ended in the red. Let's look at the top gainers now, top gainers and losers of the day. So the English bank Virgin Money UK was the worst performer on the ASX pack with 7.9 loss, and some of the other top laggards were litigation funding company 𝐊𝐼, mineral explorer Orocobre payment solutions firm EML Payments and the miner Pilbara Minerals. On the flip side, the medical device manufacturer ResMed topped the gainers chart by rising 1.9%. And some of the other notable gainers were coal miner Whitehaven Coal, Fisher & Paykel Healthcare Corporation, packaging company Amcor and agribusiness firm Elders. Now on this note, let's shift our lens stocks that grabbed the attention today. And the first update comes in from shares of 𝐊𝐼 plunged as much as 13% after the litigation funding company issued an update on the Brisbane floods class action. The stock topped the losers chart on the ASX, and the firm said that one target of its Wivenhoe Dam flood case was found not liable in a court decision. The Supreme Court of New South Wales Court of Appeal has found the remaining defendant, Seqwater, not liable to the group members in the Brisbane floods class action. The company confirmed that its recognised income of 95.3 million Australian dollars and its unrecognised estimated further income of around 18 million Australian dollars from the unconditional partial settlement with the state of Queensland and Sunwater are unaffected by the appeal judgment. Also making the news, shares of Australian retailer Woolworths Group dropped following an ASX update. The company announced that Michael Ulmer AO is set to retire at the conclusion of the 2021 annual general meeting after over 9 years of distinguished service as a non-executive director. And currently Michael Ulmer is a member of Woolworths Group's Audit and Finance Committee, the Risk Committee, the People Committee and the Nomination Committee. This group has said that Philip Chronican will join the board as a non-executive director effective 1st October 2021, subject to completion of the relevant licensing approvals. And we'll just take a small break now, but stay with me as I'll be back in just a moment. Property by 𝐊𝐿𝐼𝐴. Looking for a dream home? Well, that may sound easy, but it isn't. And from looking for a property that is the right fit for you in terms of cost and other factors, to zeroing down on the right mortgage plan, there are various aspects to consider. And for the latest slowdown in the property market, tune in on 𝐊𝐼𝐴 TV with me, Sage. I will give the latest updates on the property market as well as real estate stocks to help you make the right decision. Keep watching Property with 𝐊𝐼𝐴. Hello and welcome back, Sage here, and you're watching the market closing commentary, the last trade by 𝐊𝐼𝐴 TV. We are discussing stocks that grab the investors' attention today. And the shares of the Australian exploration company Anson Resources jumped more than 22% after it announced impressive results from test work. The company said it has achieved positive results from test work conducted by Novonix for quality lithium-ion batteries using Anson's high-purity lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide. The outcomes of this test work will be shared with potential offtake partners and potential customers during Anson future marketing campaigns. And also in the investors' eyes today, the share price of Epsilon Healthcare rallied over 13% on partnership with the Valens company. The firm has entered into a long-term exclusive partnership with the Valens company for access to Epsilon's Southport manufacturing facility. The move will help Valens to expand footprints in the global markets in the Asia-Pacific regions, Latin America, UK, as well as Europe. And moving on to the next, Pinnacle Investment Management's shares dropped nearly 2% following an acquisition news. And the investment management firm has acquired additional 10% stake in the Coolabah Capital Partners, increasing its total shareholding to 35%. It has also proposed to acquire marketing and retail distribution firm Winston Capital Partners, the distribution partner of Coolabah Capital. And the next update is coming in from Weebit Nano. The shares rallied as much as 60% after the semiconductor memory technology company resumed trading after a halt. The stock rallied after the company confirmed that it has signed its first commercial deal with a subsidiary of Nasdaq-listed semiconductor foundry, Skywater Technology. The deal is a crucial milestone as it provides commercial validation of Weebit's ReRAM technology and commences the growth trajectory for the company's cutting-edge technology onto customers' chips. And also on the radar, shares of Gold Road Resources surged 3% after it released its half-yearly earnings report for the first 6 months. Ended June 30th, 2021, the firm's net profit after tax dropped nearly 20%. EBITDA fell 2%, and while EBITDA margin rose 1%, it hit 46%. Revenue from gold sales dipped to 130 million Australian dollars compared to 135 million Australian dollars in the same 6-month period last year. And the board of the company has also declared a fully franked dividend of 0.5 cents per share. And moving on to the next, the share price of nickel mines dropped 0.5% despite a positive development. The nickel producer has raised 204 million Australian dollars by issuing senior unsecured notes to strengthen its balance sheet. And the new notes carry an interest rate of 6.5%, maturing on April 1st, 2024. The proposed new notes constitute a further issuance of and will be consolidated with the existing notes to form a $325 million single series of notes. The debut issuance will be used to meet working capital and general corporate requirements, bolstering the company's treasury. And meanwhile, gold and copper explorer Rimfire Pacific Mining's shares traded 12.5% higher following an ASX update. The exploration company has secured 100% interest of Broken Hill Greenview Cobalt project. And lastly on our list, QX Resources shares traded flat even after securing an exploration licence. The company's wholly owned subsidiary World Metals has secured a 50% interest in 2 exploration licences located in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. The acquired projects are considered prospective for gold and base metals, including nickel, and are located southeast of the regional centre of Karratha in Western Australia and in a region comprising significant mineral discoveries. QX will hold 50% of the licences and the rest will be held by the introducer of the licences, Pilbara Base Metals. Well, we'll just take another small break, but stay with me as I'll be back in just a moment with the Asia market updates, and we'll also see what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. Hi, I'm Sage, and get ready to take the crypto ride with me on 𝐊𝐶𝐤𝐴 TV. Watch the Crypto Buzz every Tuesday and join the excitement at 𝐊𝐶𝐤𝐴 TV. From Bitcoins to NFTs to Dogecoin and DeFi, we have updates about everything around these digital currencies. Understand the investing rationale and the risks involved in the space with me, Sage, on Crypto Buzz. Keep watching 𝐊𝐶𝐤𝐴 TV. Welcome back, Sage here. You're watching the market closing commentary, The Last Trade by 𝐊𝐶𝐤𝐴 TV. Now let us take a look east towards the Asian market performance. And shares in the Asia Pacific region were trading mostly lower on Thursday, barring China, following negative finish at Wall Street's overnight trade. And the regional markets witnessed a cautious trading as concerns about slowing global growth and the potential tapering of economic stimulus by central banks left investors jittery. Investors also reacted to China's August inflation data, which rose 0.8% year-on-year in August. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index emerged as the worst performer in the region by falling 1.6%. It was followed by South Korea's Kospi, which traded lower by 1.4%. Japan's Nikkei dropped 0.7%, Indonesia's Jakarta Composite fell as well 0.25%, and Thailand's SET Composite fell 0.2%. In a similar trend, India's BSE Sensex dropped 0.1% in the opening deals, while Taiwan's weighted index also traded marginally lower. Bucking the trend, China's Shanghai Composite edged higher by rising 0.1%. Now moving on to the US, and Wall Street closed lower in the overnight trade on Wednesday amid concerns that the Delta variant of the COVID-19 may derail the economy's recovery. And the uncertainty about timing of bond tapering also spooked the investors' sentiment. The S&P 500 benchmark of the US blue chips fell 0.5%, the Dow Jones dropped 0.25%, and the tech-savvy Nasdaq plunged 0.65%. And we've reached the last leg of the show, and in this segment we'll take a look at the crypto market's performance. The major cryptocurrencies were trading mostly lower during the Asian trading hours on Thursday after a massive crash in the previous session amid the reports that the US-listed cryptocurrency exchange platform Coinbase Global faces a regulatory scrutiny, and the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has threatened to sue Coinbase Global Inc. if the trading platform launches its lending program. The new offering intends to allow users to earn interest by lending digital assets. The price of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalisation, was currently trading 0.7% lower, and the most popular currency has declined nearly 7% in the last 1 week amid a slew of negative developments. Bucking the trend, Ether, the world's second largest crypto, was up 1.2%. And meanwhile, Cardano, the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalisation, dipped nearly 1%, while Dogecoin prices fell 1.4%. Among others, Stellar, Uniswap and Litecoin also witnessed selling pressure. On Wednesday, the crypto market witnessed sharp volatility due to delays in trading. The delay was observed after El Salvador ran into snags, becoming the first country to officially adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. The Central American nation had to temporarily unplug a digital wallet to cope with the demand. And hopefully you enjoyed that report, and that's a wrap in the show. Hope you found the commentary was informative, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning with our first report on the pre-market updates. Stay safe and have a good evening. Sage signing off.